and welcome to Legacy Larder.
Yep.
This is Sadie, I'm Andy, and we are today going to make potato cake. So, we have all of our ingredients measured out. We'll give you a look at all of that. It sounded kind of crazy. Potato cake. Never heard of it. It's not really a mainstream thing. So, we're going to give that a shot, and we'll show you the ingredients. Let's take a look at our ingredients. So we've got some potatoes. We're going to boil for 1 cup of mashed potatoes. Look at our spices. What do we have?
We have some cloves here, 1 teaspoon of cloves, 1 teaspoon of real good cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of nutmeg.
Okay, and what's that?
This is 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
Okay.
This is 1/3 of a cup of butter.
3/4 of a cup.
Oh, yeah, 3/4 of a cup of butter.
Yep.
1/3 of a cup of chocolate.
Okay.
2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of walnuts or pecans.
Pecans, yeah.
We have 1 cup of jumbo raisins, 1/2 cup of milk. This is just the garnish we want to put on, and then 4 eggs. These are going to be beaten separately, so we are going to beat them one at a time and then add them one at a time.
Yep, that sounds good.
Yep.
All right, should we get started on this?
We shall.
All right. All right, so we need to start off with 2 cups of sugar.
Okay.
And the 3/4 of a cup of butter. So we have some softened butter. Something else to think about, or to share with you. We're going into all these recipes cold. So,
What?
because this is, well, I mean, we've never made it before.
Oh yeah, no.
So the purpose of Legacy Larder is to capture, one of the purposes is to capture some history, recapture some history, show the tastes and flavors that are,
Old.
yeah, they're old, but not that old,
They're kind of old.
kind of old, that our grandparents made and they enjoyed, the things that they brought with them from their home countries, and see if we still like those flavors. See what kinds of things they enjoyed, the flavors that they liked, that they brought with them. Because a lot of these recipes, we're trying to limit it to recipes that are like no younger than 50 years old. We want to have, ideally, stuff that's 100 years old or even more if we can get it. So,
I'm working on
yeah,
it.
under control.
It's all getting stuck.
That's all right. Keep working on it. You can use start off with a spoon to help work the sugar and butter together,
This guy.
and then that'll help with your
Little scratch.
creaming. It's tougher without a mixer, isn't it?
It is, but this is how they would have done it, so I wanted to try this way.
No, they would have started with a cat.
Dad!
Well, you know, cats, they get mad
It's like
when you get them wet.
murdering the
No, not
cats.
murder the cat. I mean, sure, the cat's a little greasy when it's done, but you
No.
put in more butter to account for that. So this recipe probably only took like 1/2 cup of butter and then another 1/4 cup stuck to the cat.
Daddy. Oh, this is working better.
Yeah, there you
So we're creaming the butter and sugar together by hand because they would not have used the cat or a mixer.
go. We're not always going to use it by hand,
No, but for this I think we should try.
so we're not savages.
Some of us are.
So we also want to find out if these recipes are really any good. Potato cake, maybe it's okay, maybe it's not okay. We don't know.
Maybe it's not okay.
It looks like it could be tasty. It has potential.
It's got chocolate!
It has chocolate. That's
Chocolate is tasty.
good German chocolate.
Chocolate and a little bit of stomach sweet.
Yep.
Yum, yum. So that's pretty creamy.
No, keep after it. You need a wooden spoon.
See, creamed to him is different than creamed to me because he has those to work with, and I have that.
Whatever, yours are coming in fine. You'll have pipes like this in no time.
So I'm going to continue to cream the butter.
Smash her against the sides.
My smashing skills are good today because I was juicing hard.
We've got some super cool recipes from some super cool old recipe books.
Some almost are sandwiches, like I said earlier.
Trying to minimize the amount of that gets into our cake.
Yeah, I'm minimizing it.
Potato coffee cake.
Potato coffee cake will be a totally different story.
I don't think it's like coffee cake.
Maybe it's got
Makes it
like
coffee.
1 cup of coffee.
Maybe. How do you measure coffee? A few dashes of coffee.
Yep. It's like a doughish. Does that mean it's creamed?
It should be, yeah.
It's like a doughish texture.
Yep. Keep working at it. Another reason we wanted to pull these recipes together is we don't know when the last time they were made.
No, we
Some of
don't.
these recipes probably haven't been made in close to 50 years.
Yeah, I would assume. Because they had to be made around when the recipe was made so they could remember and
Oh, yeah.
make sure the ingredients were accurate.
Sure. So they haven't been made in a while. A lot of people of my generation don't cook anymore. It's
Devastating.
It is devastating because it's a lot of fun.
I cook.
And so
I do.
some of this is going to be hopefully helpful to people who are folks who haven't been comfortable in the kitchen or may have been chased out of the kitchen by their parent who was a little particular about the cooking process. So here with us, you're safe. Try stuff out, mess it up. We don't even know if these recipes are going to turn out.
Nope.
Maybe they're terrible.
It might be soup.
I think they're mostly going to be okay. All right, let's check on our potatoes.
Yeah, those are coming along nicely. Once they're soft, then we'll be able to smash those up. Back to our creamy butter and sugar. See, now it's turning whiter than it was
Yep.
before, so it doesn't look like,
Look at that whiteness.
well, it doesn't look like gobs of butter and grains of sugar. It looks more like it's one thing, like a good even dough.
It's dough.
Right. So I would say that is good, and let's move on to the next ingredients.
Is it
Okay. Milk. Half a cup of milk.
I knew it.
Get that in there. And I would start with a spoon, and then you can probably whisk.
This is strictly half a cup of milk. Well, probably not strictly, but it is half a cup of milk.
Okay. Go to your whisk maybe and try that out.
All right, we need some grated chocolate too. Third cup of that. So
Would you want me to start doing that while you cream this? This monstrosity.
not a monstrous. It looks pretty tasty. I would keep it going so it
All
looks.
it is butter, sugar, and milk.
Yeah, I know. So all good things start. Butter, sugar, and milk. Make it so it's nice and smooth if you can.
We gotta make it silk.
For our chocolate, we want to have a third of a cup
It's not silky
of
yet.
chocolate. Keep after milk.
Mix. If I keep mixing with just this arm, it's gonna be all muscly and then it's gonna be wispy. So I gotta switch once in a while. Better at it. Oh, I thought you were gonna use like the little one.
A little grater.
Yeah.
That would make it into like powdered chocolate. It says grated chocolate in the recipe. This would be a grater.
Or we can use the stand grater.
This will work out. Alright, grating chocolate.
The potatoes are still sizzling over there and bubbling, so we know they're happy.
Okay.
This takes a lot of work.
Oh, that's terrible.
All you're doing is grating chocolate, Dad.
That's all I'm doing.
This is not. Not the same kind of athleticism.
Oh, you're right. Yours is pretty tough. I mean, it's kind of funny they said grated chocolate. Maybe it was
thick consistency and it should resist the whisk a little bit.
How do you know?
Because I feel it resisting my whisk.
Made it before?
No. But maybe we're doing it right, Dad.
Well, I'm sure we're doing it right. We're following the recipe. So if you follow the recipe, you know it's gonna be right.
And maybe you'll do this.
Any finger cramps?
Do you want to switch?
No, just what time. Alright, let's measure it up, see what we got.
Just click mini chocolate chips.
What's that?
They kind of look like mini chocolate chips.
Alright. Perfectly grated 1/3 of a cup of chocolate. And you ready to mix this in?
Yep.
Okay. Here we go.
Beautiful.
Alright. You know what we didn't do?
What?
Peel these potatoes. Oh. That's our
What?
seasoning remedy. Might not be able.
This looks delicious. But it tastes delicious.
Now, because we're so good at following directions,
Not.
we are good. We didn't peel these potatoes, but luckily
Well, they didn't say whether to peel it or not to peel it.
we did. Right, that's one of
So,
the funny things about recipes. Funnily enough, we were just talking about how they don't always tell you exactly what's going on or what you have to watch out for. I just put some cold water in the potatoes, so that's how I'm not burning
not scorching yourself.
the crickets out of myself here.
That's nice.
Mhm.
Is there anything else I can put in here?
Yes. 2 cups of flour.
Okay. Here's our beautiful flour.
We're just using regular flour.
Scrape that. So we have like mini spatulas that can get between the grooves.
Help you get your groove on.
Yeah.
Get your groove on. Alright. So, we're getting closer to a cup of batatas. Batatas.
But what?
It's Portuguese for potato. Batata.
Okay. Should we start putting spices in?
You can put in 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
Wonderful. Baking powder? 2 teaspoons.
And when that is mixed in, we'll be very close to having your cup of potatoes.
Mashed potatoes, I bet, are gonna give it some more moistness.
Moistness.
Yeah.
Moisture.
What?
Making up words.
That's what I do. Probably gonna give it some more moistness.
It's called coining, Dad. I'm coining new words.
Maybe I'm just making up new words.
It's called coining.
Well, what if I'm not pointing?
No, what are you doing?
I'm making them up!
That's coining. Yeah, I know. Yes, ideally, we would have peeled these before getting started.
But it's easier to peel them there. So,
Yeah.
I guess it was a good idea. Potatoes.
Sometimes it doesn't pay to be a recipe follower all the way. Break some rules, or what are you living for? You can't break some rules once in a while.
Just being perfect.
Hmm?
You're just being perfect.
Yeah.
Why? If everybody made perfect decisions,
Everybody would be pretty boring, wouldn't they?
we wouldn't have laws. Because there would have been no need to break them.
Sally freestyle. Somebody would still come up with laws because
Well, nobody would break them, so they wouldn't really need them.
we have lots of laws in this great country of ours that people never break, but we still have the laws for it.
Wonderful country.
It is. Okay, So we have 1 cup of mashed potatoes. We didn't. The recipe doesn't say if we're supposed to. Well, no, this was correct, I think. But it doesn't say if we're supposed to make them with. Oh, you know what? No,
What?
these aren't really mashed that well. I just kind of smushed them a little bit into the bottom of the cup.
Well, what if I want a chunk of potato?
You don't. I don't think you want chunks
I
of
do
potato.
want chunks of potato.
This is a cake.
Plus, I'm gonna be mushing them more.
Yeah, but
Do with your hands.
not with a whisker. I'm gonna mush them more. I need to smash these more.
Use this.
Use this. Okay. Yeah. This is not a potato smasher. Is it a spoon?
It's close.
Can you give me a plate?
It works.
Okay.
With a bowl with a plate. Jeez.
Okay. Take that, please. Up, down, down. Away from everything.
I am away from everything.
Not far enough. Jeez.
I didn't actually sneeze, so
Good.
that's wonderful.
Alright. We have about a cup of mashed potatoes, or potatoes to be mashed. What? Yeah.
Mesh.
So the recipe says
Looks like a tree kind of.
butter and sugar and then other stuff in the potatoes. So smashed. Good and smashing. Okay.
Goodness gracious.
Okay, while you're doing that, we also have to have the cup of nuts and cup of raisins ground together. So we have a cup of raisins and a cup of nuts. What's in here? I don't think raisins in a cake. Thoughts? Carrot cake is good. It's got raisins in it sometimes and carrots.
I like raisins and cookies, so yeah, sure.
Okay. What other cakes have raisins in them?
Banana cake does sometimes.
Banana cake?
Banana bread cake.
Say, like Jamaican hummingbird cake, that's got fruit bits in it.
Fruit cake.
Fruit cake, that's
Fruit cake. A lot of people don't like fruit cake, but that's probably because they've never had our fruit cake.
Our fruit cake is pretty spectacular.
It's the bomb.
It is the bomb.
It's the bomb.
It is.
This is our potato patty.
This means something. This is important. You
Should
know,
I?
that's okay.
No, I don't. No. Should I add this?
Yes. And we're back.
Add the potato patty. I will try not to chip this plate.
Potatoes in. Mix that up.
Okay.
Oh, okay. There we go.
All right. Potatoes into the cake. So
This
this is a lot of raisin.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you measured it out, right?
Yeah, that looks yummy.
Okay.
Made sure there was lots. Because I pushed it down.
Yeah. Okay.
It was beautiful.
I believe you. It sure looks beautiful.
And they taste so good. Because these are jumbo. And then they're not the ones that are coated in sugar, which are like the ones you have for snacks at school. They're just giant, like,
They were kind of like fresh.
Yeah.
raisins.
yeah, just giant raisins. And they're amazing. And they have, like, some of them are more ripe, and so they're sweeter. And some of them are less ripe, so they have, like, sour insides. They're really delicious.
All right. So after, well, that's starting to look like something.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but something. Okay, next thing is raisins.
We'll be back with you in a second. And we're back. This is the raisins. They're chopped.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll chop some pecans, a cup of these.
Seem nice, because they're going to be combined anyway.
People fall into two camps when it comes to raisins. It seems like folks either
You do?
really love them or really hate them.
Yeah.
Like for some people, the thought of raisins in an oatmeal cookie, yeah, it makes them go nuts.
I love raisins in cookies.
Yeah.
Or like an outrageous chocolate chip cookies.
Mhm. That's a good recipe.
We'll have to make those sometime for you guys. They're awesome. And they're outrageous.
They're outrageous chocolate chip cookies.
And they're giant.
It's not an old recipe though.
No, but we could like do it along with an old recipe. Like find something that would go really amazingly good with outrageous chocolate chip cookies.
Like a bonus
Yeah.
recipe. Like a
Yeah.
bonus meal.
They're awesome. All my cousins go wild for them. So do I.
Okay.
The cousins like chow dogs.
Yeah. Those are delicious. That's why.
They all take like 5 at a time.
Okay. So I don't want to chop these too.
Daddy, this stands up straight.
Good. I don't want to chop these too fine because
Want to have some
then
chunks.
we'll have like pecan butter.
So, roll this in there. Like so. Okay. Oh, this is exciting.
It's super
Oh, I should
exciting.
probably preheat the oven to moderate.
Yep.
Okay. 350 degree moderate oven.
Yep. Moderate.
Moderate. That's gonna be kind of fun because
Yeah.
people used to use wood kitchen stoves.
Yeah.
So you have to put in like a little bit more wood,
Moderate, probably like
a bit less wood.
7
Open
chunks
the
of wood.
damper, open or shut the damper a little bit on the
Yeah.
chimney.
You want to whisk the eggs, Dad?
Yes, I do.
And I'll add the spices.
Okay, 4 eggs beaten separately.
Yeah. This is the very real cinnamon. Like the stuff that you buy in the store regularly, it's just the cinnamon. It's actually not cinnamon. Tell me about that, Dad.
Yeah, it's a little bit, I can't remember what it is, but there's a chemical or a compound in cassia cinnamon, which is the stuff that you get in the store usually, that we all think of as cinnamon, called kumam. And it's not very healthy for you, but this is Ceylon cinnamon, so it's true cinnamon, it's also called.
It smells like those red heart candies you buy for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's quite a bit different. So if you can, look for Ceylon cinnamon and check it out because it's a really different cinnamon experience. If you like cinnamon and you usually get the store kind, check this stuff out if you can. Okay.
Why did you throw all the whisks?
1 egg beaten separately.
The first one is not really eaten separately. It's just 1 egg.
Beat separately from the others. 2 eggs.
This looks disgusting.
No, it doesn't. It looks like
Look at
it looks like cake batter.
the slime of egg.
No, it's gonna be tasty.
It's gonna taste good. I just don't know if it looks very appetizing.
Jacques always says, crack your eggs on something flat and on the edge of the bowl so you don't force eggshell into your egg.
And we're Jacques fans, so.
Jacques and Julia.
Oh yes, we love Julia too.
Yeah.
Julia's one of my faves. I almost researched her for school. But then I spelled her last name wrong, so.
It's a child.
I thought it was Cook.
Julia Cook.
Yeah.
That's a different lady, I think.
Yeah.
Here, let me get this couple of swirls.
See, when he means a couple of swirls, for me, that's like mixing for an hour. It's true.
Alright.
Now it looks like chocolate chip cookie dough.
Maybe.
A little. Looks like there's black beans in it. Doesn't it kind of look like there's black beans in it? I don't know, it doesn't mean.
This is a professional chef move right here. It's not.
Cleaning it with your hands. That's your professional chef move?
I think this is too thick for a whisker. I think you should go to the wooden spoon.
Okay.
Okay.
Wooden spoon. Well, this is much easier. Thanks for your giant muscles, Daddy.
Oh. Okay. Egg number 3. Whisked separately. Or not whisked.
By itself.
By itself. And egg number 4. We're at it up.
Now I can do it because he loosened it up first. It's been loosened.
There we go. Okay, 4 eggs.
Then we just have 2 more spices to add.
2 more.
Because I only added the cinnamon. So you can tell your story.
So eggs, raisins, nuts, cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves. So once you mix those in there, nutmeg and cloves, then we will. It doesn't say what kind of dish to cook it in, like a giant, like cake pan or individual little cake things. And there's also no mention of frosting.
We can make cream cheese frosting.
That's not following the recipe.
It can't just be like dry cake.
Sure can. That's how they ate it.
We need some.
No, we don't.
They probably ate it with tea.
Maybe. Tea was a very popular.
I am assuming that.
Still pretty popular. What do you got there?
These are cloves. Cloves are actually my favorite sweet spice to use in desserts because they give it like a Christmassy feel. They smell amazing and they taste amazing and a lot of things like oatmeal. It smells like Christmas and a cake batter.
This is interesting.
It will. This is our nut. Ooh, it's got chunks. It's our chunky nutmeg.
Chunky nutmeg.
I'm going to crush it.
Special nutmeg with chunks.
Nutmeg kind of smells like ginger.
It sure doesn't just smell like nutmeg. Yeah, I get nutmeg.
It smells good.
All right. Nutmeg, that's our
Oh.
final spice. Now, once that's all blended together,
I hope that chunk doesn't just go to one spot.
somebody better mix it good
I'm mixing.
so we don't have
And then somebody better give it a good final mix.
oh, maybe.
Not naming any names.
But in the legacy times, they would just have one of their kids do all the cooking.
I'm getting a blister.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding me.
No, seriously.
Do you need
Okay.
work gloves?
Danny's going to do a final mix because I started to get a blister. Wondrous. So this is just going to be like a thorough mixing.
Yep.
I'll grab it. Should I
It
spray the
does.
cake pans or like butter them or nothing?
It's.
Or coat them with cinnamon sugar?
I don't know how much we should freestyle. We should not coat them in cinnamon sugar. That is definitely not. We should not do that. But I think it wouldn't be going too far off of the beaten path here, off of the recipe path, if we put a little like parchment paper in the bottom or some butter. How about butter and flour? They wouldn't have used parchment paper. We'll use some butter and flour. Just clean it off. It's going to lose out on the delicious cake batter. We're hoping delicious cake batter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that smells so good.
Oh, I bet it does. It's got chocolate in it.
Oh, you can smell the chocolate and
Raisins.
the spices.
Yeah.
It's divine.
This looks pretty prime. Take some butter. Scoosh it into the pan. mush it like this until everything is covered in the butter. And the edges like so. All the way around. Pretty good. There's no big gobs. There's a little smeariness. That's okay. Take some flour, put that in there, and just give her a shake, shake, shake.
Is this good?
Against the sides. Pretty good. Like this, and the flour will stick to the butter. And any extra, just dump her back into your butter dish, or your flour dish. There you go. Ta-da. That's not so bad.
Ready?
Yeah, why don't you get them filled in there. Spoon that in evenly between the two. Hopefully this is the right amount of pan for the cake.
Yeah, these will probably be pretty thin.
It should be.
Well, you can't really tell because the bowl's deep, but we'll see.
I think. Yeah, it may. There is some baking powder in it. Looks pretty good. Smooth that well.
Yep. So we're just gonna smooth them out a little bit, not so it's like tack thin, but
Yeah, this is about even. Looks like. Give them a little bit. Little shake. All right.
all right.
So we're good. Oven is preheated.
Yep.
Moderate oven is preheated.
Moderate.
Moderate 350.
Yep.
Now we're gonna cook these for an hour, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'm gonna start chopping a few garnishes because I think that it will look cute with garnishes on top. So I just have some leftover chocolate, raisins, and pecans. Should I use this knife?
Sure.
Goodness, not like that.
Get all scabby.
And then chop this up into small pieces. Goodness, that's loud. Jeez. It's like the knife is mad at me.
Yeah, show you a trick. That will maybe save you from cutting off your pinky. That's I see sitting down there like that. So hand up here and just so you can. Yeah, this camera should be able to pick it up. So just kind of shave it like that.
Okay. Yep.
Try that. So all your fingers are out of the way.
There you go. Good.
All right. So
Yeah, nobody wants to have the guillotined pinky when you're cutting chocolate. Cutting chocolate, thinking, oh, I'm having such a good time cutting some chocolate. Everybody loves chocolate. And then,
you turn out to not love chocolate because
right,
finger.
things go bad. Chocolate finger cake.
So I'm gonna chop up some of this. The raisins, I'm just gonna cut into slices like that,
Okay.
thinner slices, and then the chocolate I'm just gonna grate like that.
So when this is, what do we do with this then? So when the cake comes out,
So when the cake comes out, I want to put the chocolate down first. Well, actually, I'll just mix it all because we'll just mix it all.
okay.
I think the first thing we should do when it's still a little bit warm is layer it. And then I think we should put the mixture on so the chocolate will get a little bit melty.
Should we put the mixture in between the two layers? Or just on top? Like put
I
them
think
on
we
each
should
other
do
dry? and then
a
put
little
them-
bit in the middle, like mostly chocolate in the middle, so it'll be like a concealer kind of. It'll keep them together. And then I think we should put the rest of it on top. I know this
showed me, but it needed.
I try to impart my wisdom. Improve the chances of survival of the next generation. And they just don't listen. That's alright, you can go pinky-less through life if you want to. Chocolate pinky cake. Chocolate finger cake. My favorite.
Or tiramisu because you cut off all those ladies' fingers.
I give it 1.5 thumbs up.
Some made a sacrifice.
So the technique we use for cutting small things like this is knuckles forward. So put the knuckles against the knife and so you can get nice clean slices. Move them back.
Nice clean slices that are not your fingers.
Yep. I used to cut things like this, which is not good because then you could, like we've said multiple times, cut a finger off.
I'm excited for some of these other recipes that we've tracked down.
Yeah, we have some like orange cake.
That's orange bread, I think.
No, orange bread.
Bread? Yeah. I don't have them.
Burnt sugar cake at some point.
Yeah, we've got some really neat old cookbooks that we're going to get into. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
And hope you enjoy all of the videos. Oh, also, if you like this video and you've stuck with us to this point, please like and subscribe. So then you'll get notifications of new content when we put out new videos.
Click the bell.
Click the bell. We have tons of old recipes that we're going to go through and bring back out into the light that have been forgotten in cookbooks for years and years and years.
Yeah.
So old family recipes. So we're really excited to get into that. And not just our family. That's where we're starting because that's the cookbooks that we have. But we are also,
We found one at Goodwill.
yeah, we're out there looking for everybody's family
Yep.
to recapture and bring life back into these legacy recipes. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep. We're just gonna make a bunch of stuff and make sure to hit the thumbs up because
The half thumbs up.
yeah, that poor sacrificed thumb.
Yeah.
And that person's probably like in agony.
Probably.
My poor thumb.
I'm in a little bit of agony right now.
Why?
Because your jokes.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And you should try to make some of these yourself. Some of them are easy, some of them are very complicated looking. Like, I'm not kidding, some of them look super complicated. Like there's one lemon meringue, like
Lemon pie with meringue crust.
that's gonna be delicious, but how does it not leak?
It's coming up in one of our future recipes. So
Yeah, I'm excited to eat it.
like and subscribe.
Very excited to eat it. And we will paste all the recipes on the videos so you can get a little bit of what they might taste like if you made them at home. We are at home.
We are at home. This is our home kitchen. It's homey.
Yep, very homey.
So I'm almost done with this. Once I am done, I think maybe we should make like a clear glaze, Dad.
A clear glaze.
Yeah. Like a glaze that would go over the top, and then we'd put like a little pile of this stuff on top of it.
There's no clear glaze in the recipe. We have to have original. Even this is away from original. One of the inspirations for getting this started was a show that Sadie and I watched. One of the things that was a bit frustrating was these were like real old timey things. And so maybe it called for, I don't know, usually it was some animal product related thing that was just mostly
Like
horrible.
cow brain.
Well, yeah, it's something that you wouldn't like trot down to the grocery store and pick up today because, yuck.
Gross.
But kind of cool to see what they actually ate. What does that stuff taste like when you have, you know,
Cow brain.
you know, some sort of inside-out animal. What did that taste like? Or what did that? Yeah, what would that have been like?
My cookbook with cow brain in it.
Yeah.
It was like you marinated it in vinegar or something. You marinated it in some kind of liquid.
Yeah. It
And
doesn't
I was
matter.
like,
Anyway, so for these recipes, most of this is going to be pretty easy to find because we didn't come from British royalty.
nope.
So, but we still want to keep the original essence of the recipe. We want to use the same ingredients. If they can be tracked down, we want to track them down. And limit little things like this where we're ad-libbing and putting our chefy flavor on things.
Our chefy flavor is delicious.
I mean, we're good at this, don't get me wrong, but we still want
There's something maybe for a dipping sauce.
a cake with a dipping sauce. That's not in the recipe. Don't plead with them. They're not going to help you. No dipping sauces. It's a cake. And we have to follow the recipe. What would your great-great-grandmother say?
Put milk and condensed milk
She would
together.
charge into this kitchen and say, she would take that and just like, bam, and slap it on the floor. Don't put that on my cake.
She would not do that. She'd squeeze my cheeks first.
Maybe. Maybe she would.
Comment down below if you think she would. I want answers.
That looks pretty well and chopped, kiddo.
Well, bye for now. We'll come back when the cake is done.
Okay. So this is what they look like.
That came out clean. That came out clean. I think we're good.
Alrighty.
So let's adjust that recipe to 40 minutes at 350 instead of an hour at moderate.
They look beautifully golden brown.
They are.
That is a beautiful looking cake.
They smell delicious.
They smell amazing.
All right.
Flour all over the pans.
That's all right.
Woo! Yeah!
Clean cake.
All right. That's beautiful. I think that was a good call. Use the butter and the flour.
Yeah, I think so too. Because it just popped right out of there.
Yep. And I don't think it affected the recipe at all with
Nope.
the extra butter.
No,
Because it wasn't even enough to measure, so.
A little bit to non-stick. Okay, ready for cake number 2. What are you doing, Trent? It's not already.
A tiny piece fell off with the flour, Dad.
Okay. Ready for number 2?
Yep. Are you ready to see this?
Ready? Fast. 1, 2, 3. Whoa.
Yay!
There probably aren't many cake cooking shows where they take them out of the pan like that.
That's
But
a dad.
we're not a cake cooking show. We're
Take that, professional.
a legacy recipe cooking show. And we are not professionals, but we strongly encourage you to try this at home.
It's not one of those shows that's like, don't try this at home, you will die.
Oh, you should totally try this at home
Yeah,
because this smells really good.
and hopefully it'll taste good too.
It's gonna.
I hope.
It smells amazing.
I think we should put it up a little bit so I can just
You
crumble.
want some in the middle?
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
Sorry, Dad.
Well, just put it on top.
Okay.
Oh
No! See, this is what happens in reality. It's not like all those perfect shows that like the cake stays perfectly perfect.
no! It was pretty cool how they came out of there like that.
Yeah, that was like perfect.
But then you're just not supposed to like juggle them and mess with them afterward, I guess.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Beautiful!
Thanks. Okay.
Excuse me momentarily.
All right, this not even showing you. How nice is that? Okay, here's what things look like.
This is probably, we should not be cutting this cake this early after it came out of the oven, but it smells too good. We have to give it a try. It smells amazing. Okay, I want you to grab a chunk, maybe with some of your top sauce there. Be careful, it's going to be really hot. It's very moist.
My duck gold.
It's moist. Cheers. That is a good cake. It's a heavy cake. What? The raisins and nuts are a little weird, but it tastes really good. What are you doing?
The spices are really strong.
They are really strong. They're fantastic. This would be amazing with a big old cup of coffee or something. This is good.
It's almost fruit-like.
Like a fruit cake. A spiced fruit cake.
The raisins are awesome.
All right, this one,
Win!
potato cake.
I give it 2 thumbs up.
It's not as chocolatey as I thought it was going to be. Either. It's more spice than chocolate. So this is one to try for sure. It's very easy. We ended up cooking it for, the only thing we clarified or dialed in was the cooking temperature, because we didn't have that, and the cooking time, which we changed a little bit. So every oven is different, so pay attention to your stuff, you know your oven. But we cooked it for 40 minutes at 350. So the recipe said an hour in a moderate oven, but we don't know what moderate is because we're not pioneers. All right, well, we're gonna finish this up. It's really good cake. We'll just eat all this.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for joining us, for hanging out.
this is my piece.
Like and subscribe, ring the bell. We'd love to see you back. And we're gonna figure out what we're gonna make next. So, thanks very much, and we hope to see you again soon.